Hey, hello again and a very, very good evening. You are, of course, watching my favourite show and hopefully your favourite show of the week, the Planet Cruise TV show. My name's Sean Ryan. I was just thinking, I think we must be getting close to our 500 show, you know, our 500th show. I think we are, because it's been running about 8-9 years now. Anyway, we've got some amazing exclusive offers tonight. We've got some massive savings. We've got 6 cruises to choose from. Some really kind of short ones. We only need a low deposit and a cruise at the end of the show that's going to take you away for 32 nights. So something for everyone. We've even got a great river cruise as well. But here to tell us all about them is the fabulous Justin. He's had a bit of a hectic day, so I've got to take it easy on him, haven't you?
Yes. I'll try to be nice and chilled and just relax. Very much like a cruise, really.
Yeah, just pretend you're on a cruise. You'll be all right, yes.
You really? Okay.
He's had a busy day. Justin, by the way, he did work on the cruise ships for many, many years. You had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, well, 6 years of P&O cruises. We're featuring one of the cruises.
Yeah, we've got a great
later on with yeah. And the great thing is, you know, the lifestyle, whether you're working at sea or whether you're travelling at sea, is it's a different port every day. But the great thing with Planet Cruise is those people that have been there, done that and bought the T-shirt work for Planet Cruise. So very much one of my colleagues that's come up today, I actually knew her from 10 years ago, believe it or not. Yeah, she's aged a little bit better than I have. So it just goes to show, you know, how small the world is and how good Planet Cruises as well.
And they are the biggest independent cruise agency, aren't they?
Definitely. Yeah. And some of the deals that we've got tonight are exclusive because we're top agent. So we actually get some of the deals that other travel agents won't actually get. And
all you need to do to book a cruise tonight is give us a call on that free phone number at the bottom of your screen there. It's a different phone number from our usual ID World number. And the call centre open until 10:30 tonight. Now, we're going to start off with a brilliant cruise from Princess Cruises. I only cruised with Princess for the first time last year, and I had the most outstanding experience. Everything was even better than I anticipated. So I highly recommend Princess Cruises now. And this one tonight, first of all, it's a great price. It's under £600, but you only actually need a deposit of £50 to book your place right now. And actually, if you are a previous cruiser with Princess, like myself and like many of you at home, we will actually get an extra £50 off. So our price would be £549. Princess really look after their previous passengers. But let's take on board the lovely, the beautiful Crown Princess. Let's have a little look, Justin, because she's a beautiful ship, isn't she? Stunning.
Yeah, and do you know, Princess, the Grand Class ships, as you can see here, they're fantastic ships. They've actually evolved, really, over the length of time that they've had. I mean, the entertainment that you've got on board, great for families. In fact, we've actually got a special family price tonight.
Oh, yes, we have
as well.
Yeah.
Great for their dining as well. You've got different specialty restaurants as well if you want to pay a little supplement. You've got the fantastic pizzeria. You've got the sort of London-style bar as well. And food and entertainment is, again, when you go cruising, of course, it's going to be great, but Princess really do it well.
And I love some of the great features, like the movies and the stars. They were the first to actually bring this. I even, believe it or not, Justin, I even danced at the nightclub on the back.
You danced at the nightclub? I'd have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But of course, you know, it's got all the modern spa facilities you'd expect to see on board a cruise ship. But I really can't emphasise this enough. Price-wise, we're looking towards next year. You know, perhaps if you're packing your suitcase right now to go on holiday now, what about putting a £50 deposit down and committing yourself and going, you know what, let's go and do it. Because at that price, it is phenomenal.
And the great thing is, you know, it gives you time to plan, it gives you time to save, but £50 and you've reserved your cabin tonight. Well, obviously, a range of cabins. The mini suites are lovely, but actually even the inside cabin's really, really spacious. And if you book tonight, you'll also get onboard credit up to $295 as well. But I can honestly say, and I've been on 22 cruises, I think, now. I loved every aspect of Princess, and they are, you know, they are head and shoulders above some other companies out there. Oh, definitely.
One thing I like about this as well is just a nice 7 nights.
Yes.
You just get that little taste. So if you're actually looking, I know we were talking about previous passengers, but when you look at that price, if you've never cruised before, what a great time to do it. And then you've got time to plan for next year.
And also, if you don't like flying, this is so easy. You actually sail out of Southampton. So it means you can take as much luggage as you like. You can pack in everything you need. And it does mean that your holiday starts straight away.
Yeah, it's always great sailing out of Southampton. Southampton is one of the key cruise ports for the UK, and it is always a great sort of sail away, as you see. First port of call that you actually got is Guernsey, St Peter's Port, and this is fantastic for those of you that just you know, love to have a little bit of a wander around the lovely cobbled streets there, great silver shops, and if you want to go a little bit further afield and do some of the tours, then of course Guernsey was one of the only parts of the UK that was actually occupied during the Second World War. There's lots of history coming from the Second World War.
And honestly, just when you get off the ship and walk along the, you know, the front there in St Peter's Port, it's absolutely beautiful, gorgeous restaurants, bars, shops, such a lovely place. I actually even thought, oh, I'd quite like to live here. Then I saw the house prices, and it's really expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, how much money you do need to live there, quite literally.
Yeah, so nice to visit for the day on a cruise, I'd say. Then you've got a day at sea. I love the days at sea. There's so much to do, isn't there?
They're brilliant. You know, there's onboard activities. You know, you can just sit. For me, bear in mind, you know, I'm quite active. I love to sort of get involved. I just love to sit on the promenade deck and just, you know, lay out on one of the steamer lounges and just watch the world go by. And indeed, on this particular class of ship, you've got a promenade deck that goes all the way around the front. I want to say literally right round the front, so it's fantastic.
Honestly, it's a great day to explore the ship and find the areas that you love the best. Then we're making our way over to Bordeaux, aren't we?
Bordeaux, wine drinking country. It's also got the largest square in Europe and a fantastic grand theatre. So definitely have a little bit of a wander around here. There's some fantastic wine tasting tours that you can go on, so make the most of that.
Yeah, I like a good wine tasting tour.
I know, yeah. I know. You're supposed to, not actually supposed to drink it, you're supposed to just taste it and spit it out.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, we're going off to Bilbao now, and this, of course, this is Basque Country now. One of the great highlights is to go to the Guggenheim Museum and just wander around the old town, because the old town dates back to the Middle Ages. So again, it's one of those places that you can do as little or as much as you want. Just remember, with all the tours, we can actually book tours through Planet Cruise. So 7 days on board a ship, the last thing you want to be doing is sat in a theatre just looking at the port lectures. So why not book in advance, especially with the savings that we've got. Then we're into La Coruña. One thing that I love here is some of the monuments that you've got. But one thing that dates back to Roman times is the Torre de Hercules. And this is a 2,000-year-old lighthouse that's still working today. There was a development 2,000 years old. And there was a development on the actual lighthouse probably about 1837, I want to say, where it was updated. So don't quote me on that. But also, this is also the gateway to Santiago de Compostela. And of course, for those of you that want to make a pilgrimage, then after Jerusalem and Rome, it's the third biggest place to go. So fantastic. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea, again, to unwind, and then you're back to Southampton. Now remember that because you're going back into Southampton, you can take as much as you want, you can bring back as much as you want. Obviously, when it comes to duty-free,
yeah, definitely.
I want to say bring back as much as you want, but I'm talking about gifts.
Yes.
Because there's going to be some great trinkets that you want to pick up on the way.
It's a lovely, say, cruise for those of you that haven't cruised before. You want to try Princess as a company. And remember, $599 is the price, but you only need to pay tonight to reserve your cabin, just £50, and then say you've got your stateroom booked. And the ship is absolutely breathtaking. So let's just remind you of what's included. Now, you do get onboard credit. The way this works, by the way, when you get on board, you'll have a sea pass that will get you into your room and things like that, but that money will be on there, and depending on which stateroom you book, you'll get up to $295. You can put that towards things like spa treatments, towards gifts in the stores and things like that. A family of four special tonight. This actually came down in price, actually. Earlier on today, it was £100 more. It's actually come down to $1,849, so brilliant price for family of four there. And if you are a past passenger like myself, like many of you watching, you will get an additional £50 off, making your price tonight $549. The idea number for this one, every cruise has its own number, so it just makes it easier when you actually book this, 108777. And don't forget, it's a free phone number, 0808 250 2662. We are always busy on a Tuesday, but we do say get the hottest deals live on the show. One of my friends said, when do you record the cruise show? I was like, we don't record it, it's live. Oh, really? Yeah, really. And we don't have auto cue, anything like that, do we? It just does it.
I wish we did.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Sometimes
great.
we have it all down on these iPads.
Yeah, we do. But love the next one as well. So you worked with P&O for many years.
Yeah, and again, we just come from Princess. Princess is very much the American side of the operation. And then you've got P&O.
So they are sister companies?
Sister companies. They are traditionally British, though. So the fantastic thing about P&O is it really does celebrate that Britishness.
Now, if you're enjoying the sun today, make the most of it. It won't be around for long. However, this is taking
You sounded bitter as if you haven't seen much of it today.
I haven't. I did about 5 minutes of it. However...
Need a cruise.
With this cruise, we're taking you over to the Canaries, and you're pretty much guaranteed sun there every day of the year.
Yeah.
So here's Keith on board the beautiful Ventura to tell you more.
Fresh from her multi-million-pound refit, P&O's Ventura was launched in April 2008 by Helen Mirren. She marked an exciting new direction for P&O Cruises and is a large, beautiful, contemporary and family-friendly ship with bags of character and a more informal onboard vibe that's making her a firm favourite with many passengers. One thing is for sure, you certainly won't go thirsty. With its emphasis on catering for today's British tastes, Ventura hosts numerous watering holes, from the visually stunning panoramic video wall of the metropolis through to a traditional pub, the Exchange. But this is my absolute hands-down favourite, Ollie Smith's new Glasshouse wine bar. It's a relaxed and stylish setting with tasty food available and also these wonderful flights where you can try lots of different new wines. With club or freedom dining on offer and a 24-hour buffet, you have real flexibility and you really can make the cruise fit your schedule. The recent refit also saw Atul Couture's Asian-inspired restaurant East added to Ventura's culinary arsenal. And when you do go, make sure you try the 24-hour slow-cooked lamb rendang. With 4 pools, a massive sports deck, special celebrity sailings, a new behind-the-scenes backstage tour, the biggest gym and spa in the fleet. There is loads to do on board Ventura other than just relax with a good book and top up your tan. But it's in the evening that this ship really comes alive. Vibrant West End style shows with exciting UK guest acts played twice nightly in the Arena Theatre. Then there's the excellent light entertainment which takes place in both the Havana Show Lounge and also the Tamarind Club. But what I like most is this stunning new atrium with this wonderful dance floor. The accommodation is bright, spacious and full of designer touches. There are big suites that can cater for up to a family of 6, through to these new single cabins that are a great cost-effective option for solo travellers like myself.
Yeah, Keith was single for many, many years, I remember. He's finally found love. Talking of single passengers, we've got an amazing single price on this starting at $999, but it will go fast. We're hearing earlier from Planet Cruise, the single cabins go very quickly, and we've got some starting at $999. But anyway, let's show you where you're going to be cruising to. Again, it's from Southampton, so nice and easy.
Yeah. It will actually differ, the actual itinerary, just depending on the dates that you book.
Yes.
We have got a date that's actually over Christmas.
I'd love to do that.
So you set sail on the 17th of December, and all I'm going to say is the way in which they decorate these ships, it's literally overnight and it's like a winter wonderland. It's fantastic.
I'd love to get away from the family for Christmas.
I was going to say, it's something different. Really consider it. Anyway, you're sailing out and you've got 3 days at sea to enjoy this fantastic ship. And for those of you that love sailing, then you're going to love this, because you'll have a day to find your bearings around. You'll be able to play deck quoits and shuffleboard and take part in all the onboard activities as well. Of course, it is a family-friendly ship, unlike some of the P&O fleet. And if the weather does turn bad, then of course you have got the sliding roof that covers across. I do love that with P&O. But our first port of call, Madeira. Absolutely love this place.
Beautiful,
where you actually dock, you've got a lovely harbour. There's some great restaurants around there. Wander further into town, you've got that real Portuguese feel. You've got a brilliant flower market that you've got to go to. Get the cable car up to the top of the hill and then get the ride down. There's a ride where you can get in an old wicker basket, and these guys, and the funny thing is, they're in their 50s and 60s and they run down alongside you, guiding you down. I wish we had some video footage that we could show you. But that is a must do.
I'm not sure about that one, Justin.
This was actually one of Winston Churchill's favourite islands as well.
And actually, the temperatures will already begin to heat up, won't they?
Definitely. And it is, well, all I'd say is because it's a very green and lush island, sometimes, I remember the last time I was there, it was beautiful sunshine, then from nowhere, it absolutely poured down. I bought this umbrella, and then 10 minutes later, I was dry, and I was like, why have I just spent €35 on an umbrella?
They always say the temperature, it's a bit like eternal spring, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is great. Anyway,
anyway, the temperature's getting hotter because we're over to La Palma next.
Yeah, well, do you know, with La Palma and, well, actually, La Palma, very, very small port. In fact, it's very rare to actually go here. The great thing about this port is its innocence. You can see just a very small town that you got there. A 17,000-foot crater as well. It's the largest volcano in the actual islands.
And it's a lot less commercialised, this island, isn't it?
Very, very much so. When then you go to Las Palmas in Gran Canaria, completely different kettle of fish. I absolutely love this. I'd recommend actually getting a mountain bike and going out, because there's a lovely promenade that you can actually cycle along, and along the route there's plenty of little restaurants. And when I say it's sort of like refreshment stops, I'm literally quite talking, you know, just get a little can of refreshment like a 7-Up or a Sprite, or, you know, other brands are available. But you know what I'm saying? Just literally on the side of the road, have a little bit of adventure. If you do want to go on to a tour, though, it is very much like a lunar landscape. It's just unbelievable. But Lanzarote is where it goes completely lunar. They actually filmed a lot of the 1970s science fiction films here, and you can see why. There's some amazing tours that you can go. You can actually go out on camelback across these, and of course go down to some of the beaches. You've got black sand, really, really unusual. The actual town itself, very, very quaint. There's some lovely little bars in there, very friendly towards the Brits as well. Great place to go. But we're on then to a relaxing day at sea, and my favourite port on this cruise, Lisbon. I actually love this place.
Do you know, I've never been.
We're planning to go back for a weekend break. That's how good it is. When you dock here, you actually dock right on the side of the ocean and the river, and you actually dock underneath the 25th of April bridge. And this looks like the San Francisco Bridge. On one side, you'll have the Christ the Redeemer statue, and you can wander along. There's the Monument of Discoveries here, which celebrates all of the explorers that left Lisbon. And if you do get a chance at night, I mean, it looks absolutely stunning. Walk a little bit further down, and then you've got the tower, the Bell End Tower. And this is like a little castle chess piece. One thing you've got to do here, though, go on a tram ride, have a wander around. Chicken and chips is very, very popular in Lisbon, and so's rosé as well, Mateus Rosé. So this is actually where Zara really started out. All of the shopping here is fantastic.
I think you can't beat sometimes simple things, chicken and chips and a bottle of rosé.
Yeah, but again, it's so hard to get right, and they do it right in Lisbon, definitely.
And then a final couple of days at sea on board this fabulous ship, of course. You're going to have all the entertainment, lots to do, and then back to Southampton. I mean, what a brilliant price. Bear in mind, this is 12 nights on board, and that single room starts at $999, but we are expecting a lot of calls for that. Now, if you do live at a fair distance from Southampton, a great idea, and this is what I often do, is to stay at the Meon Valley Marriott Hotel. Now, we've got a special relationship with them, so they'll actually give you a room from only £89 per person, but that will include all of your parking and your return port transfer. So, parking for 12 nights would cost quite a lot in Southampton. That's included if you book the Marriott. Single special, as I mentioned, that's starting at $999 based on the 5th of December. One of the best singles we've had actually with P&O recently. And that Christmas sailing that Justin mentioned, that's departing on the 17th of December. I would love to be away at Christmas on a cruise. It's one of my dreams, actually. And the itineraries differ just slightly depending on departure date. Now, prices, we'll just show you the different dates that are available. These start in September at $979. Brilliant price in November and December there. And that Christmas date is actually a lot less than I thought. It's $1,079. The ID number for this one is 97491. So give us a call for that one. But it's a brilliant single price on the 5th of December as well. However, wow. We were talking about this next cruise with Viking earlier, and it's mind-blowing, breathtaking.
The main thing that you really I have to get across to you sat at home right now is Viking is very much a new product. Planet Cruise are one of the first people to bring the river product across the UK market, and they are really breaking boundaries. However, their ocean cruises, bear in mind they've had such success with the river cruises, their ocean cruises, the American market absolutely love them. They are booking up now. We've got cruises that we've only got a handful of cabins and a handful of dates. So if you want to be on a Viking cruise, then now is one of the best opportunities to actually book it.
And if you know how good the river cruises are, you've still got all of that boutique feel, and there's only, I think, about 900 odd passengers on board. So it's a really wonderful, intimate experience.
We were talking about this earlier on, that they do break the mould. That where most cruise lines follow one another and try and go bigger or go better or do something different, Viking really, really have gone the extra mile.
Apparently there's something that we just found out earlier from Joe from Planet Cruise. There's even a Nordic spa. So you'd come out of the steam room and then go into the Nordic spa and you get snow.
Yeah, it's literally a snow cave. So imagine a sauna where it's really, really, really hot. And then, you come out and it's snowing and it's ice. It's amazing.
Well, anyway, let's give you a little taste.
Yeah, let's actually have a look at it in action. The great thing is the ships, they're smaller ships, so they can get into great ports.
And they're new ships as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're actually bringing out a new ship every year. And again, I can't emphasise this enough, this is the cruise product to go for. One thing, they're very, very modest. Planet Cruise, we do very much class these as a 5-star cruise line. Please read the reviews. It's one thing. Go and read the reviews. We're telling you to go and do that because these ships are awesome.
Well, nearly every review we looked at earlier, 5 stars. I mean, wow. It's breathtaking, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely, and the ports that you go to, the type of clientele as well, all of your tours are included. I mean, that's Burgundy there. It's just absolutely stunning. The smaller ships can get into the ports that some of the larger ships can't reach. You can see the infinity pool at the back there. It's the first infinity pool at sea. Now, I must admit, you think, nobody's done that before. You think of an infinity pool, perhaps, a villa, and you think, oh, okay, that's commonplace, but it's not. You can see here the Nordic Spa.
Do you know,
you can see the difference. Look at the lighting.
I was going to say, dare I say, I'd probably spend the whole week on the ship.
Look, here's the snow cave. I absolutely love it. It's brilliant. But just imagine that. If you love plunge pools, if you love that feel, and the food is absolutely amazing. And we've actually got one of the menus as well.
Oh, yes.
For the room service, which is included as well, which is served 24 hours a day.
And I think I'm right in saying that the speciality restaurants are included as well.
Yeah, there's no surcharge for that. You've got they're all veranda rooms. There's free Wi-Fi. The beers, the wines, soft drinks are included. We've actually got a fantastic drinks package that is going to be included with this as well.
It's called the Silver Spirit drinks package, so that's got an awful lot on it. Yeah.
We'll go through that a little bit later on.
Oh, God.
Free room service, all your teas and coffees are included, and the bar prices as well are fantastic. But wait for it. Here's an absolute unique part to this. You are allowed to take your own alcohol and drinks on board with no corkage.
Really?
Some cruise lines will bag your alcohol that you'll bring back on board and allow you to take it at the end of the cruise, but obviously they want you to spend it at the bar. This is different with Viking. So if you've perhaps got a special bottle of wine or a bottle of champagne that had been bought for a special occasion, whether it's an anniversary or a birthday, yes, you can, and there's not that awkwardness. Viking accommodate that. Look at Venice.
I tell you, I want to go. I want to go.
Definitely.
I really do. And bear in mind, I mean, this is an amazing price tonight. You are getting a deluxe veranda stateroom, and you will get the exclusive Silver Spirit drinks package as well, which is really good. Anyway, I might. If I was on this cruise, stay on the ship an awful lot, but you're actually going to visit some lovely places. We fly over to Barcelona, and we've actually got an overnight on board to start with, haven't we?
I absolutely love Barcelona in the daytime, but it completely changes at night. It comes alive. It really is wonderful.
Well, we've got our Keith looking very hunky, a vision in green. Here he is to tell you all about Barcelona.
If you're on a cruise around the Mediterranean, there's one port that's guaranteed to put a smile on your face. A city of stunning architectural contrasts, which is one of Europe's most beautiful and exciting destinations. Welcome to Barcelona. But my advice, find the nearest bar, order a nice big jug of sangria, some wonderful tapas, sit back and enjoy.
Oh, it's a great place. That T-shirt was very tight though, wasn't it? Do you think?
Remember, in the evening, completely different. Yeah. If you're staying overnight, I've got to recommend going to Boca Chica and Boca Grande. Just remember that. Write it down now or watch it back later. Justin's top tip.
But from Barcelona over to Toulon.
Yeah, Toulon, fantastic French feel to this place. But one of the great things about this is, again, completely different from Barcelona. Have a little bit of a wander around, enjoy that French culture. Then we're off to Monte Carlo. One thing I want to mention about this is because of the size of the ship, you saw it in the VT earlier on, that the ship actually docks in Monte Carlo. It's not actually a tender port, so that's great. Then we're off to Corsica. I love Corsica. Ajaccio, this is the home of Napoleon Bonaparte, and a real French and Italian feel to it. So enjoy that. Some great beaches in Corsica. Then we're off to Florence and Pisa. Of course, you're docking in Livorno, and then you can then take your tours out. Go to the Ponte Vecchio Bridge, go and see David's, go and see the statues. You'll recognise David's. He'll be stood there. There's about 6 of them. Definitely, if you want to go to Pisa, you want to go to the Leaning Tower. You can all do it in a day. This is where I would recommend making sure that you plan ahead. But don't forget that your excursions are included. Then you're going to be going to Rome. Again, this is somewhere that you have to go and see. Use the excursions with Viking, because then you can go to the Vatican City, you can go to the Trevi Fountain, you can go to Spanish Steps, you can go to the Colosseum, you can do all of that in one day.
But it's so nice that all of these excursions are included.
And again, overnight on board. So I love the way in which we start the cruise with an overnight and then end with an overnight.
And then, of course, your flight back home. So just to remind you, because you do get an awful lot with Viking Sea here. Exclusive free Silver Spirit drinks package, which is really good. Complimentary shore excursions in every single port, and you get complimentary Wi-Fi as well. That can cost an awful lot sometimes on ships. Return flights based on London. As we say, wherever we can, we will find you flights closer to home, so always ask the call centre. We'll look to see what's available. And you've got those 2 overnights on board in Barcelona and Rome as well. Now, if you're wondering what the drinks package includes, well, it does include an awful lot, actually. Unlimited premium wines, beers, espresso drinks, your juices, mineral water, cocktails, sparkling wine as well. So an awful lot that is included here. And the ID number for this one is 103-223. Again, we are expecting that to be really, really busy. What an amazing ship. Anyway, we're going to take you next to, I'm going to say to the West Indies, Barbados, but actually numerous ports.
Yeah, really
MSC.
great ports.
Have you counted how many?
It's a
lot, isn't it? Yeah,
a lot.
Umpteen ports.
Let's crack on, because on board there is so much to do. Just take a look at this, because MSC, the ships are fantastically modern. They're really contemporary. I love the sense of style. I hate to say it, I'm a little bit shallow when it comes to things. I love things that look good. Maybe because I don't. But, you know, look around this ship and just imagine yourself there. They've got all the modern amenities, fantastic pools, fantastic atriums, a 4D cinema, and Formula 1 simulators as well. You've got a fantastic ice cream parlour on board, shopping facilities as you usually find. One place you probably find me is the Cheese and Wine Bar. I'll probably be there. I'll just literally at the Cheese and Wine Bar all week. Pizzas, as you can imagine, are going to be great, because Mediterranean Shipping Company, MSC, it is that very much Mediterranean feel.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about that Cheese and Wine Bar, though. Yeah, you'll find me sat next to you.
Just nibbles.
Yeah, I love cheese.
I know, that's the trouble, isn't it?
I can sit for hours with cheese and wine.
Destination-wise, it's brilliant.
Are you ready? So sit back. We've got a lot of ports on this one. We've flown to Barbados, haven't we?
Flying out to Barbados, then you're going to be going to Trinidad. Now, bear in mind, obviously, a lot of the Caribbean islands are going to be the same, but you really want to be taking a look at Trinidad's culture and go out and see some of the history. Then into Grenada. Now, this is the Spice Island. You've got Grand Anne's Beach. Take a water taxi ride around there. Have a look around the market. Great place to pick up conch shells, and good place to taste it as well. Then we're off to Rosso. Now, this is just an absolute island paradise. It looks like a champagne shampoo advert. Not that I'd know, but very green and very lush. Then we're off to Fort de France in Martinique and Pointe-à-Pitre in Guadeloupe. Now both of these ports have got a real French feel, but it's almost like New Orleans meets Saint-Tropez. 20 minutes from the actual ports, you've got beautiful beaches like Saint-Tropez where you will have waiters come up to your table. Or you can go to the colonial buildings in the town and feel that fantastic French feel. So those two ports of Martinique and Guadeloupe, very similar there. Then we're on to St Martin, and this is where you want to buy your duty free. It's fantastic for electronics. You've got a lovely promenade along the beach, and one of the tours that I highly recommend is going out on the America's Cup yachts. And you can actually go out with a crew, and you can be part and parcel of sailing the ship and racing some of your friends. Then we're off to Tortola, and this is the British Virgin Islands. I'd actually recommend going across the Virgin Gorda on a day trip, or stay on Tortola. You've got Long Beach, you've got Cane Garden Bay, and indeed you've got a fantastic little town as well, where Puss's Rum is celebrated with a painkiller. It's a cocktail, and of course Puss's Rum was the daily top that the Royal Navy used to give.
I remember you telling me,
yeah, you're only allowed 2 in there. That's it. Then we're off to La Romania, and this is the Dominican Republic. This is a lovely way to sort of a halfway point. Very small port, somewhere to sort of just take stock of the rest of the cruise. Because then you're off to St Kitts. St Kitts, you've got this fantastic volcanic island, lush green views. The actual Port Zante, which is the terminal, the cruise ship terminal, great for the local handicrafts. So bring back some of the local stuff. Then we're off to Antigua. 365 beaches for 365 days of the year. Need I say any more? Then we're back to Martinique and Guadeloupe, and then to St Lucia.
I mean, a lot of fantastic ports there. You will come back feeling very relaxed, and no doubt you'll get a great tan as well.
Yeah, St Lucia, definitely one to go to, because you've got the pitons here. This is where Dr Dolittle was filmed. Great duty-free and some great islands. Go to the north of the island in St Lucia, and you've got Pigeon Point, you've got Spinnaker's Bay as well. Really good bars, really good beaches.
And what an amazing price. We've got actually exclusive reductions tonight with Planet Cruise on this one. So we are talking about under £1,300. You then go, of course, back to Barbados, I should say, and fly back to the UK. So, oh, yes, we've got some great upgrades on this one as well. We've got a free upgrade from inside to outside if you go for the January and the February dates. So January and February, you get free upgrades. Return flights, they are based on London Gatwick. Christmas special, as we said earlier, we'd love to be away at Christmas, some of us. We've actually got a sailing on the 13th of December, so you'll be away for Christmas Day. And we've got a New Year special as well. Now, just show you the prices, because we've got free upgrades from inside to outside in January and February. But even on the earlier dates, you can see that say if you went for the 27th of December, so away for New Year, it works out to go to the ocean view around about £7 per person per night. And then if you wanted to go to the balcony, just £14 per person per night. So some brilliant upgrades available on this one right now. And the ID number, by the way, is 103846. Again, give us a call as soon as you possibly can, because I know we're going to be very busy tonight. Got some amazing offers, and they have exclusive price reductions on that one with Planet Cruise. However, I think it's about time we did a bit of a river cruise, don't you?
Yeah, I love the fact that Planet Cruise is really bringing different options to you. If you've been ocean cruising, whether that's the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, been up to the Baltic, then this is a great opportunity to go inland onto some of the rivers.
Well, this is with Avalon Waterways, and it's actually the top-selling river cruise right now, so we thought we'd feature it on the show. It's been an absolute top seller. We've actually got quite a few sellouts already, actually, on this one, so we'll tell you about those in a second. But I think we just need to chill, relax, and get on board. So have a look at this. Oh, looks nice straight away. It feels nice, doesn't it? I'm getting in the zone.
It's a completely different offering, because the ship is a lot smaller. You're looking at only around 100 passengers, and again, it's the experience of literally the scenery passing by your window. Majority of the actual cabins that you've got, all of the beds are actually faced out to these wonderful windows, and if you go for the French balcony and above, you've got floor-to-ceiling windows.
Yeah, we were looking at pictures of those earlier. They looked absolutely breathtaking, weren't they?
Again, if you like going on to city breaks, sometimes you can spend a lot of money and a lot of time in one place, but now what you're getting is you're getting a flavour of relaxation, just stepping on and stepping off. No long coach journeys onto inland. You're literally stepping off into these wonderful places, these wonderful towns, and they're all just. I mean, the actual ship itself and the service that you're getting is just superb.
And I've got to say, you know, although I've been very lucky to 22 ocean cruises, never been on a river cruise, and can't wait to try. And on this one, by the way, not only are you going to have an amazing experience on board, but even your journey there is a free return VIP chauffeur-driven transfer.
The luxury starts when you leave home.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, because you're picked up in a chauffeur-driven Mercedes to your local airport, and then at the end of the cruise, you're also picked up and taken home by your chauffeur.
That's so nice.
In a Mercedes, back to your doorstep. How much stress is there
I was going to say,
in travelling?
Oh, God, when you're like waiting for the train and things like that, or the cab.
Or finding the car parking space.
Oh, well, I always forget where I've parked. Yeah. So, was it zone B, zone D?
You must have had a very good holiday then.
Seriously, I always forget where I've parked. Anyway, you're going to get a VIP chauffeur-driven transfer with this, and it is a return one, by the way, as well. So every aspect of this is outstanding. You will get wine, beer and soft drinks with your evening meals, of course, as well. You get excursions in every port. You get all of your tips. So it really is so inclusive, isn't it?
Well,
just look at... Oh, this is the...
There's the rooms where you're literally...
That was a French balcony, wasn't it?
Yeah, looking out of those balconies, just the height of luxury. And again, these ships are designed for the waterways in which they sail on. So again, it really is bespoke. And anything that you can imagine to see ashore, it's just a different feel.
And I know this maybe sounds a really silly thing to say, but some of my friends still worry being on a ship at sea, oh, am I going to feel the waves and things like that? In reality, you don't, because so many of the ships now are so big and they've got great stabilisers. But for anyone that isn't, you know, maybe a sea person, this is a great alternative, isn't it?
Do you know, I'll actually share something with you, and this is something that I probably never said to you before, but I actually miss the sound of the engines and the feel of the slight sway. You know, when you're in a hammock, or, you know, you imagine as a child being rocked to sleep, it's just that lovely, it's that sense of security.
I love water,
I do.
Anyway.
Are you Piscean?
So let's see where we're going to be, viewing from your gorgeous stateroom. So we're flying from Gatwick to Nice, aren't we? And going to Monte Carlo.
Yeah, starting off on the south of France, the Côte d'Azur. It's just a wonderful way to start. And with this, of course, you're getting to see Monte Carlo, Monaco, and you're getting overnight here.
So this is actually your first night in Monte Carlo, isn't it?
This is the first night. I mean, you've got to go to see the casino square, go and see the expensive cars. One place that I'd recommend going is Tip Top, which is where James Hunt, the famous racing driver, used to eat and drink. It's actually a very down-to-earth place in Monaco.
Really?
If you want to go to the other extreme, then there's an Alain Ducasse restaurant, which is a little bit further around by the Monte Carlo Bay Hotel, which is very, very nice.
And if you love your casinos, well, they don't get bigger and better than here, do they?
Funny, the Monegasques that actually live there can't actually gamble in the casino. It's only visitors that can gamble in the casinos. And if you do love your cars, I think I've actually been very good tonight. I haven't mentioned it much, but if you do love your cars, you will love Monaco.
Oh, you will.
Look at that, look at that, look at that. There'll be like 4 Rolls Royces in one go, and you'll be like, hang on, I haven't seen 4 Rolls Royces in the last year.
You're so right. I've never seen so many amazing cars. All parts Anyway. You've got your night there, your first night is in Monte Carlo, but then you embark the beautiful Avalon Affinity for your 7-night cruise.
We're going to do a slightly different itinerary. And when I say itinerary, the actual ports of call will be, you know, the ports of call you're visiting, but what will happen sometimes is you will literally cruise on to another port of call during the day, so you'll get that enjoyable experience of life just unwinding. Ours is a beautiful place, you know, of course this is a great way to start. You'll get an afternoon excursion here as well. And you also get a guided city tour, so you'll get to see a 12th century church, you'll get to see an amphitheatre, and just get a real feel for the place. Then we're off to Avignon, and this is where you actually arrive during breakfast, and again, another guided tour during this day. You'll get to see the Palace of the Popes, and this dates back to the 14th century, so beautiful Gothic cathedrals and lovely architecture, just sort of just soak up. Then you're actually going to be cruising along to the next port of call, Viviers. And this is a relaxing and enjoyable morning to actually enjoy. You're going to go off on with a local guide for a walk around the charming town as well. You'll get to see the Romanesque cathedral, and the old town is a real mix-mash of cultures, so great to see that. Then you'll get day 6, you're into Tournon, and this is where the twin cities are actually nestled amongst the vineyards. Now this is where I really do enjoy it, because this is where you'll get to try some of the local wine. And, you know, I mean, look, this one thing to go down to your local supermarket and get what's on offer. It's another thing to actually taste it, literally at the vineyard where it's been produced.
And it's a lovely day when you do that.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to actually drink it.
Oh,
sure.
Okay.
Then we're off to Lyon, and this is, well, it's one of the gastronomic capitals of the world. The actual Romans founded this back in 43 BC. So you've got some fantastic history here. Again, a local guide will take you around the old town, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site as well. Then we're going to be going into Chalon-sur-Saône. And this is a leisurely day to really unwind and take stock of your cruise on board. You can go ashore if you want, or you can stay on board. And again, it's another chance to visit a wine cellar, so I'd definitely be getting off. And also an onboard cheese tasting as well.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Look, you can't go to these parts of the world without trying the local delicacies. Then we're going to be going to Paris.
Yes.
And of course, what a wonderful way to actually just finish up by being in one of the greatest cities in the world, the Eiffel Tower, the Champs-Élysées, the Notre Dame Cathedral, you know, all of those great sites. And I'd love to go to the bistros, the real bistros. We call them bistros here in the UK because they serve a baguette. No, I'm talking proper French bistros, the chefs that are up and coming. And the places where you'll go in and spend €5 and be as pleased as if you'd have spent 50.
You're actually there, by the way, 2 nights in a hand-picked hotel as well in Paris. What I think it's so lovely to start the cruise in Monte Carlo and to finish, of course, with a 2-night stay in Paris. Now, you do get an awful lot. This price is amazing. It's a top-selling river cruise right now with Planet Cruise. So whatever you do, don't kind of delay on this one. Now, all of your wine, beer and soft drinks, they are free with all of your evening meals. Your excursions are available. They'll also include, I should say, in every port, and your tips as well. Return flights based on London Gatwick, and you get that 2-night hotel stay in Paris and your night in Monte Carlo as you begin, of course. Ships, they differ slightly depending on departure date. Don't forget as well, you will get the free VIP pickup as well. So your holiday will start beautifully, and also even when you get back you won't feel too down because you've got that lovely VIP transfer back home in is it Mercedes, did you say?
Yeah.
Wow, chauffeur driven. How nice is that? Price wise,
That's the best or nothing, or das best oder nix.
now the prices start, the reviews are lovely and they start at 1199, but we did look at the French balconies, and if you can stretch, you know, for a French balcony just a few £100 more on the October date, definitely worth doing that. Just, they are absolutely, you know, outstanding. And the beds face the window, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got to go to the French balcony if you can. ID number on this one is 93056.
Just imagine wandering around Paris. You've had a little bit of wine, you've had a bit of cheese. Charles Aznavour in the background. Brilliant.
What a great show tonight, don't you think? However...
It hasn't finished. Wait.
Oh, no. We've got a biggie.
Should we limber up for this one?
I think we need to. You definitely need to get your teeth in, because it's actually...
Can I actually make a bold statement? I think this is actually the biggest, as in length, of cruise that I've ever actually been involved with here at Planet Cruise for this show. It's just unbelievable.
It's a 32-nighter.
32?
Yeah.
That's a month.
Yeah.
I'm in for taking a month off work.
They won't allow us here. But if you're retired, if your bosses will allow you to do this, it is a trip of a lifetime. You get to see and do so much. But it starts off with a flight over to Hong Kong, actually. You're there for 2 nights in a 5-star hotel. Now, I have been to Hong Kong, had a great time.
What was the best part for you?
Do you know, I think...
Just pick one.
It's hard to.
Pick 2 then. All right.
Do you know what I liked? I loved the hustle and bustle and the atmosphere, and just the general feel of it. But I don't know.
For me,
What
the
about you?
fact that you're actually staying there overnight and you get to see the fireworks display. Because for me, every night they put, I think it's about 8 o'clock every night they put it on.
Yeah, no, it is, yeah.
And it's a fireworks display, it's a laser show. All of the buildings around the harbour take part, and it really just celebrates the grandeur of the place. It really is great.
So, you've had your 2 nights stay, but then we've got a cruise of a lifetime with Holland America, who are 5-star, of course. But you actually get a relaxing day at sea, first of all, don't you?
Yeah, relaxing day at sea. And, of course, on Volendam, this is just going to be a fantastic experience as well. Holland America, really, again, they have different styles of their ships which celebrate journeys and music as well. One of their ships has actually got a saxophone that was once played by Bill Clinton. Anyway, I move on. Now, apart from the fact that you've got that relaxing day at sea to just find your way around, you're into Vietnam. And this is just a great way of seeing a completely different part. This is actually a very, very deep bay with over 300 limestone islands, and it just looks superb. It really is. It's actually called the Pearl of the North. Not only is there the limestone islands, but there's also some caves with is it stalagmites or stalagmites?
Oh, I always get
one of them goes up and one of them goes down.
It's Knights and Tights, is that?
Knights and Tights? That sounds like a completely different party. Anyway, we're off from Vietnam. You have another nice relaxing day at sea, and then we're into Nha Trang. Now, this is very much seaside beaches and resorts and temples and fishing boats. Then we're into Phu My, which is Ho Chi Minh City. So again, you're getting a real flavour. If you go back and want to look at some of the history, then this is going to be great. Then you've got a nice relaxing day at sea, and then we're off to Cambodia. Now, this is where you really do get fantastic beaches, but you also get epic temples. You have never seen temples like here. It really is fantastic. Then we're into Bangkok. Now, what can we say about Bangkok that hasn't already been said? That wonderful flavour of the markets in the daytime, and then that hot, sweaty, sticky excitement in the evening. It really is. Just go and have some of the noodles down one of the local markets. Anyway, then we're going to be carrying on with, well, a tonic to Bangkok. We're going to Koh Samui. This is one of the most beautiful places. If you've seen the beach, this is some of the scenery here. I mean, look at that. There's a chocolate bar with my name on it on that beach.
That is paradise, isn't it?
It's bound to be beautiful. It really is. Then we're on to Singapore. Now, this is a lovely highlight in the middle of the cruise. And bear in mind, this is 18 days in. Now, I know it's usually war and peace with me. We'll be here till 10 o'clock at night. But Singapore, a great way to have that halfway point. You can go to Raffles, you can go to Sentosa Island, do some shopping as well. Fantastic way halfway. Then we're going to go back in, we go off to Jakarta, where actually this is a melting pot of culture. So you've got fantastic skyscrapers and markets. It's fantastic for shopping. Then we're off to Semarang, where you've got the world's largest Buddhist temple. Take a look at this. It is phenomenal. The thousands of man-hours and the thousands of workers that put this together, and indeed, they're still repairing, because by the time they've done one part, they need to move on to the next. It's unbelievable. Surabaya, another fantastic port of call, but for me, the next biggie is Komodo Island.
Yeah, this is
Go
on
and see the dragons. Look at this.
So this is on my bucket list.
That's like my other half first thing in the morning when she got her makeup on. Oh!
I hope she's not watching.
No.
When's the wedding?
When's the wedding? My future ex-wife hasn't decided. Anyway, but no, Komodo Island, you've got to go and do a tour here. So make sure that when you book up with our cruise specialist, then you book up for Komodo Island, because it's their natural habitat.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can't just walk ashore with these. You'll be guided, and these people, they know how to look after these. You've seen James Bond. Hey, with that Komodo dragon, you don't want to mess with them boys. Then we're off to Lombok, and then into Bali, and look at these beaches. It's just beautiful. But one of my highlights for Benoa, and this is an overnight on board, apart from these fantastic temples that just literally fall off into the sea, off the cliffs, is the monkey sanctuary. You've got to go here. There's this temple in the forest, and there's these monkeys. Look at them. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Just Look at that. Oh, absolutely brilliant. And then we're off to Indonesia, Probolinggo. There's a beautiful mountain here, 7,641 feet tall. I won't be walking up that. And then you end up in Singapore with a lovely way to finish off the cruise. But
yeah, because it's an overnight, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, I've got to point out that that's a month. It's 32 nighs. And the highlights of Hong Kong, of Vietnam, of Bangkok, of Thailand, of Jakarta, of Benoa, overnight on board, and then again Singapore. I mean, it's just stunning.
That's actually 3 or 4 separate cruises, you know, but it's all in the one, 32 nights. It works out, by the way, £80 per person per night on that one, which is absolutely incredible. Now, the ship that you're going to be on is with Holland America, and it's actually a 5-star ship as well. So let's just take you on board and give you an idea of the luxury that you get with Holland America. I mean, this is a really premium brand, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And certainly I know Paul Beck, another one of the presenters here at Ideal World, he takes his family on board Holland America.
Does it? I didn't know that.
He spent, I think it was something like 19 years at sea. So it must be good for an ex-cruise director to go on board there. The thermal spas are fantastic. I'm familiar with this class of ship. This is what they call the Vista class ship, which some of the P&O ships were also built on. But the interiors are completely different, and the interiors are very luxurious. As you can see, the atriums there, the choice of food as well. It's absolutely stunning. One thing that I would really love is the actual themes that run through the ship. I mentioned this very briefly earlier on. They have different themes to celebrate their heritage. So you've got one ship that's completely decked out with all explorers and discoveries, and then you've got a music ship. So it really is fantastic. And all of those things that come included, I cannot say this enough, this is the once-in-a-lifetime cruise.
I don't think we've ever had anything quite like this at this price, actually. So it starts at just $2,549. This is for 32 nights. Return flights are based on London Heathrow on this one, but we have got flights available from most UK airports. So that generally applies to all of the offers today. If there are, you know, flights available at airports of your choice, we will certainly grant those for you, and often just for small supplements. 2 nights in a 5-star hotel in Hong Kong, and you do get the Symphony of Light cruise included in that, and you also get the overnights on board in Bangkok and Bali and Singapore as well. What a deal that is, actually. And the date there, the 14th of January. What a great time to get away as well. The ID number for that one, by the way, is 108020. Now, Planet Cruise are actually multi-award winning. They've won numerous awards over the past several years, and they've been nominated for some new ones, I gather.
Yeah.
And we would like you to vote as well. So we've actually got a little clip of our lovely Keith Maynard to tell you more. Here's how you can vote Planet Cruise.
Hi there, Keith here with a news flash. We've just found out that we, as in Planet Cruise, have been nominated by Cruise International magazine for the Best Cruise Agency Award. And we're obviously overwhelmed and really, really happy about this, but we need your help in order to hopefully win it. So if you would like to vote for us, please do click www.cruiseinternational.com awards, and that will take you through to the landing page. Voting closes by the 21st of August 2016. And if you want to go one step further and tell us how you voted or encourage other people to vote, then you can use social media like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and use the hashtag VotePlanetCruise. Thank you very, very much indeed.
We would really, really appreciate you taking the time to do that. It really would be great to win another award. So that's how you can do it, of course. All the W is cruiseinternational.com /awards/. Anyway, we've just got time to recap all of the 6 amazing offers we've had on tonight's show. It's been really good, actually, hasn't it? So here's a recap. We start off with that lovely cruise with Princess on board, of course, the Crown Princess. Now, the price on this one is only £599, but a £50 deposit is all you need tonight. And actually, if you are a past passenger with Princess, your price will only be £549. Really nice that they look after you, don't they? They really, if you're a regular customer, you'll get even more rewards with Princess. The ID number for that one is 108777. We then moved on to their sister company, P&O, on board the fantastic Venutra. Now, this is actually your chance of getting some great winter sun. The lead date there starts at the 5th of December, and for 12 nights away, 629. And don't forget that single special. These often prove extremely popular on the show. There's a single special from 999 on that one. ID number 97491. From P&O, Viking, but Viking at sea, of course. And this one, I thought it was outstanding, actually. 1,289, an amazing price. Now, we are going to give you that free Silver Spirit drinks package, which is a really good package. Complimentary shore excursions there in every port, and your complimentary Wi-Fi, and amazing room service with that as well. All of that available tonight. ID number 103223. Then we had the fantastic, really long cruise, actually. When I say long, very port intensive, this one. It was with, of course, MSC. We'll give the details in a second. But you will be away, don't forget, for 15 nights. 1,299. So many different ports on that one. And exclusive reductions today. We need to point out exclusive reductions for Planet Cruise. ID 103846. Then we moved on to our river cruise type, the top seller as it happens, the top selling river cruise right now with, of course, Planet Cruise. And it is the 10-night Burgundy and Provence cruise there with all of those great stays. Starting at under £1,200. Bear in mind you get your wine, your beer, your soft drinks with your evening meal, you get all your excursions, you get your tips included as well. And so nice that you do get to your first day, you get that extra night in Monte Carlo, so you're flying in, you stop in Monte Carlo, and at the end of the cruise, 2 nights in Paris as well. The ID for that one is 93056. And then finally, one of the biggest cruises ever. It was so nice just to give us a taste of this, but you will actually, if you ring the call centre around, they'll tell you a little bit more about all of those ports if you need to know more detail. 32 nights there, the best of these from Hong Kong to Singapore, and working out, I think it was about £80 per person per night on that one. ID number 108020. And don't forget, if you've not seen anything you like tonight, we can actually find you any cruise with any company, any length of time, and we can make deals bespoke as well. Justin, loved the show today. It was great, didn't you?
Yeah, and I think that's a good point to reiterate, that you can go to our cruise specialists and they will find a cruise for you. So anything is possible with Planet Cruise.
Well, you had a terrible day. Have you cheered up now? Have you cheered up?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm looking forward to next week.
Absolutely. We'll see you Justin next week. But don't go anywhere. Loads more coming up after this. But don't forget to give us a call on that free phone number as well. We'll see you next week with Planet Cruise.